We are here together for the live session on YouTube, waiting for everyone to join in. My name is Aastha, and I'm educator at Unacademy. And today we are going to talk about, okay, so waiting for the learners to quickly join in the session so that it becomes a very enriching one. Let me just see how many are online. Okay, so I'm still waiting for. Hi, Nikhil is online. Hi, Nikhil. Okay, great. So today we are actually going to. Am I audible? Is my voice audible? You can just type in yes or a no, and you can also pour in your doubts and comments if you have anything related to tenses. Okay, side by side, we can have a very fulfilling and enriching discussion. Great. So today we are going to focus on tenses. Now, tenses seem to be very scary, very difficult topic. And okay, you want to improve your grammar part. Well, tenses actually form a base, and I can say that if you focus on learning through context, topic wise, you have to learn grammar in a good context so as to, make out some meaning. Fine. So, hi, Mrs. Praveen Arya is online. I'm good. How are you? And today we are going to talk about tenses, which is actually considered to be very scary. Understand what are the rules, what are the uses, the examples, and you know what? Why some people fail to understand where to use. Good evening, good evening. It's such a wintry evening, and therefore this is the best time I think to study. So let's quickly start with tenses. Okay. Now, when we talk about we are following a motto on Unacademy that is let's crack it. So let's crack it means we can surely win over any kind of topic which is there, and we can surely understand anything, and we can crack any section of the IELTS exam. Okay, so now going on to the first slide, we'll focus on simple present and simple continuous tense. Okay. Now, this is one activity. Okay. Let's play this activity. I have divided the piece into four parts. Okay. And if I ask my students to draw a picture in each one, and you have to draw it on your end. Okay. Just imagine, or the ones who cannot draw, they can just imagine. Number one column is something which you do every day. So think of an action in your mind, okay? Number two is the column in which something you are doing right now. Okay, so you can comment and tell me that what you do every day, number one. You can write number one, and you can write the name of the activity which you do every day. Okay, then number two, second column, you can write something which you are doing right now. Okay, and in number third, something you did in the past at some point of time, something which you have already done in the past, you write in number three column, and in number four column, you write or you imagine that something you started in the past but which continues until now. It has not stopped. Okay, just think about those and quickly give me four pointers quickly. Our youth is online. Hello, good evening. So, we are playing a game. I want you to tell me one activity which you all do every day. So, all of you just tell me one activity which you do every day quickly. And then you can tell me an activity which you are doing right now. So I'm expecting quick answers. Okay? So many comments coming up. That's great. Okay. So you're telling me one activity which you do every day. Let me just shift this box towards my right. Okay. So tell me one activity which you do every day. Yes, Nikhil, Praveen, Aryut, Aryut Ghosh, you all are online. Fine. Fine. So let me quickly jump on to and let's start describing. Now, something which you do every day. It could be you brush your teeth every day, right? It could be you dance every day, you sing every day, you take bath every day. So these are the various activities which you do every single day, right? So all these activities which you do every single day, you can call them as your daily routine. So these all fall into simple present tense. Yes, one way to remember the usage of simple present tense is something which happens every day, something which is of your daily routine, right? So, uh, like for example, let's discuss these examples. I eat breakfast every day. Eat. Eat is the first form of verb and you're using here. So it means it's simple present tense. You need not conjugate it, you do not add any s to it. Reason being you're using with I. So I eat breakfast every day. I am teaching a class right now. If I say I'm teaching a class right now, it means something which is happening right now continuously. Okay? So it means it's present continuous tense. Now, if we just have a quick overview of tenses, we understand that there are 12 tenses in English. Okay, and three times are there. We have past tense, we have present tense, and we have future tense. And there are four aspects to the tenses. There are simple tenses, we have continuous tenses, we have perfect tenses, and then we have perfect continuous tenses. So it is very important for us to know how and when to use these tenses, okay? Because if you understand that, this will help you in speaking, in writing, in listening, and in reading, right? So, this is how you'll be able to grasp all the tenses. And as some of you have asked me how to improve grammar, tenses is one very important aspect of improving your grammatical skills. Yes? Okay. Now, let's jump on to what do we understand by present simple tense. Now we can form this tense basically in three aspects. One, the positive, the second is negative, and third is interrogative or question form. Now let's have some quick examples. I talk. I is the subject and talk is the verb. So if I'm saying I talk means I'm using subject plus verb. What is the negative of this tense? I do not talk. So right now I am negating what I said earlier. I do not talk. This is the negative form of simple present tense. So how does it become negative when I'm adding the word do not? Okay? So do not can also be spoken and written as don't, wherein we use apostrophe to contract the word, to shorten the word, right? And then the question form would be, do I talk? Similarly, what am I doing in this case? I am shifting the helping verb do from the center to the beginning, and I'm then placing a question mark at the end instead of a full stop, right? So these are the basic, formation of sentences we must understand when we are talking about present tense. So let's have similar examples. You talk, you do not talk, do you talk? We talk, we do not talk. Do we talk? And similarly, it follows. Now, one thing to be noticed over here is I said I talk, you talk, we talk, and they talk. So it means when I'm saying I, you, we, and they, I am using the simple base form talk. But the moment I use he, then I add s after the verb. I say he talks, she talks, it talks. So he will be used for males, she will be used for females, and it will be used for commodities or say animals, right? So it means this is one inherent rule of English grammar then that we use s after the verb when we are using the pronouns he, she, it, or we are talking about second person. Okay? And similarly, when we change their positive to negative forms, we change them. How does it differ from I, you, we, they? In that case, the helping verb was followed by not, such as we said, I do not talk, you do not talk, we do not talk, they don't talk. But when we are negating he talks, we write he does not talk. So here, instead of do, we are using the helping verb does. He does not talk. We can also use that. We can also speak it as he doesn't talk. She doesn't talk. It doesn't talk. You can just give me a thumbs up or write your comments or doubts if you have anything, to ask, or if you're able to understand everything, just let me know. Let's make the class more interactive, okay? And similarly, when we are making it into an interrogative question, we speak, does he talk? Does she talk? Does it talk? Okay? So, same way, the helping verb goes in the beginning and takes the charge since it's a question form. Okay? So, this is how we understand that how we form questions. Now, let's understand this. Whatever I have told, this is one table to represent what I said. The affirmative or the positive sentences we write as I, you, we, work, and then we add s with he, she, it. Okay. The negative sentences when we write, we insert don't or does not. That is our helping verb. We also call them as auxiliary verbs. You must have read this word a lot or many times in different grammatical books. So auxiliary is same as helping verb. So helping is actually a simpler form of simpler meanings. It's a synonym for auxiliary, okay? And similarly, when we are changing into interrogative, the auxiliary verb comes in the beginning. Okay? So it becomes do I work? Do you work? Does he work? Does she work? Do they work? And it goes on and on. Now, after understanding the structure, let's understand that some verbs change in a different manner, such as we can look at them: watches, mixes, thinks, does, tries, takes. These are some examples of third person singular. Like these are the words we will use with he, she, or it. So we say, he watches different kinds of match. He mixes plastic with sand every day. He thinks a lot. She does not eat her breakfast on time. She tries to work harder every day. He takes a lot of time to get ready. She bats every time she doesn't bring a bat. He looks wonderful when he wears specs. She tosses her hair back onto the shoulders. He prays to God every day. Okay? She goes to park with her friends. Fine. He fishes every day. So fishes is a verb here. It means to catch the fish. Okay? Now, when I am, excuse that, when I am using these, just try to understand what are the changes which are happening. Watch becomes watches, mix become mixes. So we are not always adding s. There are some little minor changes we must focus on, such as how to form the third person singular. Most verb they add s. I'm darkening it side by side so as to bring your attention. Add s to the base form of the verb, such as sit, sits, walk, walks. Okay? Then, when you have the verbs which end in a consonant plus y, it has a consonant and the last letter is y. You change the y to I and then you add es. Okay? You change the y to I and then you add es. It becomes try, tries, hurry, hurries. So the last letter was Y, and before that there was a consonant, okay? In both the cases it was R. So it changes into IES. Y changes into I and then ES. So this is the second rule of changing and forming the third person singular. All these are used with he, she, it, okay? And the third one, verbs ending in O, Z, S, Z, or Z, X, CH, and SH. In these cases rather, we add ES at the end. For example, Miss becomes Mrs. He misses her a lot when she is not around. He fixes all the problems very easily. She washes her face 3 times a day. He watches sunset every evening. So what are we doing? We are adding es when we are changing, we are forming the third person singular. Okay? And then we get on to the next slide. Now, when we are forming the negative form, we must understand that the auxiliary verb doesn't has the s. So the main verb does not need an s in that case. So when we are forming the negative, we take away that s because the does not already has an s. She doesn't work. Now, this is one major mistake many students commit when they're talking about simple present tense. Say they sometimes write, she does not works. That's wrong because we have already written s, we already have s in it, so we need not add an s after the verb. Okay, so the correct forms are, does he walk? He doesn't walk. Okay, in both the cases, the verb does not have an S. Now, let's understand present continuous or progressive tense. Now, present continuous tense would be, for example, right now, I am sitting in front of you all. I am teaching. I am smiling. Something which is happening at the moment continuously is present continuous form. Okay? And how do we make it? We just add ing and one auxiliary or helping verb before it. For example, I am smiling. What is the helping verb here? Am. I am. If we are using with, say, he is smiling. She is smiling. But the moment we use the verb, the pronoun we will say we are smiling. They are smiling. Okay? So this is how present continuous form sentences are formed. And if we have to negate, we just write, we add not in it. Okay? He is not learning. He is not smiling. They are not smiling. And are not can be contracted into aren't as well. Aren't. They aren't smiling. Again, I'm using apostrophe here to contract the words. And if I have to change this into a question, I'll speak, are they smiling? Are they learning? Are they talking? Now, here's the table in front of you, and you can have a quick view of all the examples. I am singing, I am not singing. Am I singing? You are singing, you aren't singing. Are you singing? It is singing, it is not singing. Is it singing? What am I doing? I am putting the helping verb in the beginning, same format, and the question mark, and I get an interrogative sentence. Okay? Now, let's understand some basic uses of present continuous tense, that where to use them. Number one, which we just talked, something which is happening right now, an action which is in progress at the time of speaking. I am speaking right now, that action is in the process, right? Number two, I am talking about temporary action that is not necessarily in progress at the time of speaking, such as I am reading a good book at the moment. It means I might not be reading it right now at 9:30 p.m., but it is something which is happening in my life these days. For that, we also use present continuous tense. Well, I am practicing law. So it means a passion or a course which I'm practicing these days. Now, the third option could be when I'm emphasizing very frequent actions, and I can use it often with always. She is always biting her nails. I'm emphasizing frequent actions with the word always. So, always biting her nails is present continuous tense. Now, the fourth point could be to describe developing situations. For example, the weather is turning cold these days. It might not be turning right now in the moment, but these days it is turning cold, right? And then we have number fifth situation. We use present continuous tense to refer to a regular action around a point of time. He is usually working at this time. When you call someone, you can always ask, what is he doing? You want to ask, what is he doing right now? So the answer could be, he is working. That means he's working at that time. The second answer could be, he is usually working at this time. What else will he do? So these are different places wherein we can use present continuous tenses. Okay? And I must not miss that we are going to discuss more tenses in our class tomorrow. Well, this course which is going on right now on Unacademy, I'm taking the course, capsule course in reading for the IELTS academic test, wherein we are done with four classes, and tomorrow is our attempting the entire passage, 6 to 7:30 p.m. See you all tomorrow. And my upcoming course is on essay writing, which is starting on 23rd December, and we'll talk about different kinds of essays, followed by an enriching doubt clearing session. So do join the course and be part of Unacademy. And if you use my code Astha, you also get a chance to avail 10% discount. So see you all tomorrow in the class. Bye bye.